lighting for church. So what you do is you go down here to Byron. If it's not there, you can always command space and you can type Byron up there, and that will get you going. If that was even confusing, you could come down here to Finder and you could do it in your Finder while that's loading up. So you could go down to Applications and you could go, oh, it's freaking out, open up too many things. Vista 2, and it'll be in there, Byron. So you could do it any of those ways. Just let this thing open up. Oh, it's thinking about life. I think it's freaking out because I'm trying to record and I'm trying to open Byron. So here we go, open show. And you'll see there's church. And we'll let that open up. If you were, once again, you were confused about where the church show is located, or the church lighting show, you could use your command space again, or you could use the Finder. Now, this is really, really simple. If I zoom in over here for you, you can see here we've got these faders. It's like a lighting board, but it's all on the computer. So if I hit play for house lights, that will make the house lights turn on as long as you've turned all the lights on. Simple as that. If I want the stage for this one here, stage white, that's going to turn all the stage completely on, all white. And you can see here you've got whites left, center and right. Really basic. Now, if you want to stop or turn any of these off, you need to hold down the Option key and the little R appears. So that then releases it. So I can release those two, and now all those lights will be going off. If you can see it, you can see that's very clever. If I was to do that again, say I wanted to have the house lights on, but I didn't want them to be on flat out, I could just grab this fader, maybe down there, and hit play, and that's going to now turn the house lights up to about 50%. And you can just use this one like you would normally do on a desk. Alright, that's easy. So we can have that one running. I'm going to turn the house lights up. I'm going to put the stage lights on, like the stage Fresnels, so you can see what you're doing. And then if I come over this way a bit, you can see I've set a bunch of colours here. Now these are just some that I've set. These will probably change, but it's really easy. If you want to do pink, you hit pink, and the stage lights, the LED lights at the back will go pink, aqua, red. You can sort of see, you can just play them all. Once again, press down Option, you'll get the R up here, and release it. So I don't want it to be pink, I don't want it to be aqua. For reasons I'm not going to explain now, these will actually, you don't need to release any of these. So if you want it, you just hit play and it'll just go back to these colours. And you can see, if I just zoom out a little bit, you can see that I've got some more colours down here for you. So there's orange, purple, green and white. The white's not very good. So that should give you enough colours. And over here, I would recommend, if for the most part, not using these. But this one here is just a flashing type of effect, and that will just send your lights going crazy. You can see in here though, that there's a flash and then a stop. So at the moment we're on flash, and that will just keep flashing until we do something. We can stop this two ways. One, by pressing it again, and now it goes to stop, and that'll stop flashing. Or once again we could press Option and R, and that would release it. So it just turns that one completely off. Same thing here, we've got play, so I can play my rainbow effect, and I can stop it two ways by pressing play again to stop, or I can press down Option, R, release it. Now, if I just zoom back out again, for those of you who are having a bit of fun with this, I'll make this a bit more full screen for you. Or it doesn't like recording and playing, but anyway. One thing to try and avoid is to not release it. So you could go like this, right? You could hit play, and these are going to do what you think they're going to play, like a pink, and then they're going to play a yellow. But they do add up in some strange ways. So what it's best to do is once you've finished with one, hold down Option and release it. So I'll show you how this should work. If I get rid of all these. So say I'm on dark blue, I hit play, and it goes dark blue. And if I want to go to red, I'd hit play, so this is going to fade it into red, and then I'm going to quickly jump up here and hit release on that one. So now that's going to go to red for me, and it's going to release this one. Now the reason you want to do that is because in the future these things will add up. For example, you could hit down here. if you can see where I am, the strobe. So that's going to send my strobes going crazy. And then if you want, you can choose a color. So I can have an aqua strobe or a red strobe. So they do kind of affect each other. So it's probably not the best idea to have heaps of these going along. Otherwise you're going to confuse yourself. Alright, I'm panicking. Everything's going crazy. I want to stop everything. I go up here to release all. So if I click it once, it'll just nice and calmly release everything. If I double click it, it'll go really suddenly stop everything. Very important, we don't want to flash these house lights or Fresnels. That ruins them, so try not to do that. And you can see over here, I've got a few little notes over here. So, some troubleshooting for you. First thing, if you watch my other video, you'll have noticed you have to have the blue thing flashing. So that needs to be connected. Oh boy, what's happened here? Oh no, it's okay. It needs to be connected to the computer. So first thing, make sure it's connected to the computer into a USB slot. Everyone changes these things. Make sure it's connected to all your cables. You come down here to console and rescan for USB devices. So that's your first thing, and that should make it work. The blue light. Second thing you need to do is, if that doesn't work, you can do this two ways. You can go patch, connect to universe. And you'll see here, this is the little blue thing called the UDF512. And you want to make over here, make sure it's on channel 1 and not assigned. If it's on not assigned, it won't work. So make sure this is on DMX Universe 1. That's that one, so that's all okay for me. And this is slightly more technical if it's still not working. If you zoom into this fixture control chooser here, these are a whole bunch of, these are the sort of how you set up your lights in here. There's a more advanced video if you want to do that one. And this little live tab, it shouldn't be the case, but sometimes it can have this little red circle there. You need to make sure that red circle is not on, so you just need to click on it. And the last thing, which should never happen, but it might happen because these things happen, is that over here, the dongle, the little red light on the back, which is on my other video, someone might have nicked that. If that's the case, then it's going to black out every 5 minutes for like 10 seconds or something. So that would be really problematic, and that's really quite expensive. So don't move that little dongle, otherwise I kill you. I think that is all we need to do for the basics. If you want to do some more and you want to set up your own light show, then you need to do two things. One, make sure you've watched my next video. And two, make sure you ask either myself or Ben or Nick Harris, because what would be a nightmare is if you come in here and change the church show and no one knows about it. You need to make your own show up if you're going to do your own thing. That's really important. Okay, I think we're done.